Hello everybody and welcome back to From the Desk of Studio Ultra. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Bionicle 2015 set Tahu Master of Fire. So let's do this. Alright, so this is a rare occurrence. I barely have the packaging, but this time I do. And of course this one's used, so it is a bit torn up here and there. It is a cardboard box instead of a canister. Frankly, I think the canisters are more sturdy and, well, ages better than the boxes do. But anyway, this is Tahu Master of Fire. As you can see, ages 8 to 14, and look at that box art. That is absolutely amazing. And quick disclaimer, I am going to be a little biased just because I grew up with these specific sets. As you can see, here's Tahu right here on his lava board. You can see that LEGO was actually trying to pay homage to the original sets, and while also doing something new with the CCBS system. You got a skull spider, some awesome art in the background, some lava here, Bionicle up here with the mask creation LEGO logo. On the back you can see all the different features and the combiner model. You can see the kind of the comic strip going on right there. So let's go ahead and get this open now that all the details are done of this packaging. So as you can see, I have the pieces right here. They're all together, just hanging around. And as you can see, here is the instructions booklet. So this is the comic. I think it's really cool. It's got Tahu right there coming in to save the protector and claim the mask, golden mask that is. And this is really cool. Standard CCBS steps, sorting steps that is. You can go to the back. You can see the art, which absolutely looks amazing. The sets were awesome. Regardless of the story, the sets were still awesome, and I feel as though they're a little underrated. Like I said, LEGO was trying, you could tell. Here's the combiner model. See all that stuff. And boom, here's all the Toa. Absolutely amazing. Alright. Also, there's the green ninja. Anyway, so we have right here all our pieces. Let's go ahead and start building them. Alright, so here is Toa Tahu Master of Fire completely built with his lava board. And as I said before, I know I keep saying this over and over, but you can tell LEGO was trying to pay homage to the original sets, whilst also keeping a step in a new direction with the CCBS system and some of the gearbox functions, which I absolutely loved. I loved assembling his gearbox. I loved assembling him in general. It's kind of like going back when I first got this set when it came out. It was super cool to see Bionicle was coming back. It was kind of weird. The sets were kind of weird to me, at least, when I first got them, because, well, I had never seen Bionicle in this form before. But I must say, it's really cool, and I like what they did. And as you can see right here, for continuity, even though the story literally kind of just deviates from the original, you can still see the gold armor from the Stars line. As you can see, I'm sure there's theories on that, but I'm pretty sure these pieces of gold all around him were supposed to be like the ones he had in the Stars line, which was the last set before Bionicle was cancelled for the first time. As for articulation, he has some pretty good articulation, some of the elbows, wrists. He's got something up here, which I thought was pretty neat. It actually makes the arm look longer than it is, because the arm is actually just two of these short pieces, and so this kind of adds a bit more of a illusion of length to it. Also, he has some in the legs. You see, you got knees here, ankles, and also these are on the new, well, relatively new, when CCBS came out, friction joints, which are absolutely beautiful. They last a long time, and they keep the figure standing, and they are absolutely just amazing, these things. They apply, well, what the term is, actual friction to the joints, and they do not deteriorate, or at least so far have not deteriorated over time. You can see it up here in the leg as well, in the waist, or the hips really. There's no really a waist articulation. And of course, most of all, there's head articulation. He also has these kind of really cool swords in the back that move around, if you count that as articulation. And speaking of the swords, you can do multiple things with them. You can cross them in the back like this. You can also, which is the most advertised above all things, do this with them. And this just adds a lot more length to the character, and it makes it look really, really awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and get on to his lava board right here. Here is the lava board. As you can see, with the flames on it, it bears resemblance to the Nuva sets. In fact, a lot of the newest ones, not newest exactly, actually just the 2015 ones, bear resemblance in their weapons to the Nuva sets. And then there's some Mata here thrown here and there and whatnot. And like I said, with the gold armor, the stars was a nice little touch for Tahu there. But anyway, for the lava board, I think it's super great. It's super awesome. It's pretty thin though. It's like wobbly, but it's huge. It's really, really, really big. And it's got those nice translucent flames going from a red to this little going from red to a little yellow here. Or orange, I can't really tell. It's both, I guess. There's a little bit of orange there. The main feature, of course, is not only is this a board, but also it is, in fact, well, just like the Nuva set. Oops, if I cannot pull that several hundred times off. This is, in fact, wow, that went off. 2 swords, which is absolutely awesome, and they look great. So the deal with these is that you're supposed to kind of just stick this piece that was connecting the 2 to there, stick this one over here, kind of the pins facing inward, and stick this one on his other hand, and boom, he has his 2 swords of fire. And he looks quite impressive with it. Quite intimidating too. I absolutely love it. And now that we have these right here, wait, first before we go on to it, let me just point this one thing out real quick. Sometimes the instructions and sometimes promotional art will have the shoulders go up like this. I think it looks okay, but I prefer it to go like this so that way the arms don't look so short and it kind of just blends in with the rest of the build. Anyway, past that, it is time to get to the gear function. And as you can see, there is a CCBS armor plating on the back, so that way the thing does not look too gappy and it kind of covers some more space. I think that looks great, and it's a good idea by Lego to put something there like that. But as you can see, there are like 2 kind of balls for the sockets that is joining this piece and this piece, which I think is super awesome, and it makes his shoulders way more wide, and also he is way more taller than Lewa as well. He's a lot of a bigger figure. But yes, as you can see by this yellow thing right here, this yellow thing right here, you just twist it and his arms start moving in a more of a swinging, chopping, whatever you want to do with the swords kind of action, which I think is really awesome. Once again, homage to Nuva, Tahu Nuva, which I think is super great. And also, he has another feature. If you press on the brain stem thing, the thing that's sticking out, whatever it's called, of their head, you just press this down, and the mask should shoot off to reveal a nice face that kind of blends in the Glatorian with the Metru head, which I think is really, really cool. What I also think that is really, really cool is that when you swing these, you can see these gears right in the back. They add for some friction, so that way the arms will stay in the position that you swing them into instead of just dropping back down like the original sets. And that means more posability. Alright, so now that I got his mask off, it is a perfect segue into the accessories. So here is his golden mask, is the exact same as his other mask, and I didn't even comment of his mask. It kind of looks a little too machine-like for me. I don't know, I kind of liked the more, I don't know, I guess handcrafted look of the original masks. They look like something that were made on a distant island. These look very sleek. They kind of look automobile-like, I guess, in some respects, but it is Bionicle, so it's going to be a Bionic Chronicle, so that's, there's going to be a little bit of mechanic in there as well as the biological stuff. It's not too big of a nitpick because, of course, they needed to do something different, and giving us the same mask would just be weird, especially with this set, and I think it blends really well with the set, especially the color of the gold blends really well with the rest of the gold. Once again, the golden armor from the Bionicle Stars line, it is very reminiscent of that. And so yes, he has this golden mask, but he also has a skull spider accessory, which is the equivalent to, I guess, the Rakshi Krata and the Borok Krana. As you can see him right here. Anyway, you just press against his face, and it's of course not an axle, it's these weird clip-ons, and these legs should wrap around his head like this, and you can just take his head off and wrap the legs underneath and finish the job if you want to. But yes, this is what it looks like latched onto his face. So my only problems with this set are the fact that even though CCBS did eliminate the just tons of Technic pinholes that were in the original kind of Paraka and Nika builds, Anika, I don't know how to say it, there is a lot of open-ended armor pieces that are like hollow shells. You can see it throughout the whole thing. You can see gaps, and especially it's most evident where the torso piece, chest pieces are on the legs. You can see the whole bone there, as it's called, but I guess it can be easily solved. Maybe you can put like one of those little pieces on there that have the other ball, and so that way you can sock it on another leg piece, but then again, I guess it would mean for more limited articulation. But yeah, that is pretty much my only big problem with the set. Other than that, he's a really solid, really awesome, and really cool set. But yes, guys, I think that's going to do it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was helpful if you're going to get him. Of course, he's a lot more expensive than he used to be. All of these G2 sets are a lot more expensive. In fact, just as expensive as some of the 2006 and 2007 sets, which is kind of surprising. But yes, these sets are really, really good. They do have a little bit of, oddness to them, just not being the original way of building it. But it also is a new way and a step in a good direction. Sadly, however, it was canceled again. But it's just Bionicle. It's Lego, and it is what it is. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this review was helpful in some way. And until next time, I hope you all have a blessed day. And you will see me in the next video. Goodbye.